up, YouTube? This is Alan. I'm back with another weekly LCS pickup for the week of June. What is it? I never look before I start. June 27th. Maybe I should start doing that. But yeah, June 27th, 2018. Got a good many books this week. I thought it was gonna be a light week, but every time I go on Wednesday, it ends up being. It's never a light week. It helps though, you know, when you have these creators that just flat out cuss you out online. Not me specifically, but might as well be. You know, and just talk shit and you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Alright then. Save me a little money. But I guess I'm gonna start with some indies this week. I grabbed Kill or Be Killed number 20. This is the final issue of this series. I really wanted the Virgin copy, but my shop didn't have any out. Damn it. So I had to just grab this. But a lot of people have really loved this series. I've grabbed issues here and there like a dummy. But well, at least now, you know, you set comic goals. This would be another goal of mine, just to pick up, you know, the whole series. It's only 20 issues, and from what everyone said, it's really, really good. And I love Elizabeth Breitweiser as a colorist. I think she's one of the best in the game. And the fact that she's just really, really cool to the fans. Her and her husband, Mitch Breitweiser, is also an artist. He worked on Captain America a little while, and he's about to crowdfund his own book called Red Rooster, and it's kind of like a I don't know what you'd say, like a maybe a gold or a silver age kind of classic Americana superhero. But it looks really awesome, so I can't wait for him to put that. I think he might be going Indiegogo when he gets that started. I'm definitely going to back that. And when he does, I'll end up putting links in the description. You can check it out. But the Breitweisers are just good, you know, just good people, good creators who appreciate the fans. You can't ask for more than that. And they're awesome as hell at their jobs, you know. And Bloodstrike, Brutalist. This was part 2. If you saw my video last week, you saw part 1. But I had to grab this cover because I saw online Liefeld just putting out images when he first started sketching it. And he calls them the pouch because everyone knows like Liefeld just puts like tons of pouches on like Cable and, you know, all the different guys like he created or, you know, drew back in like the 80s and 90s. So I grabbed 2 of those because I love that cover. And I heard I saw one video and somebody said, you know, you never know, this could end up being a character that takes off, or, you know, just the cover. People want it because, you know, he's poking fun at himself. But I loved it. I thought it was funny as hell. And I kicked myself so bad. Speaking of crowdfunding, Brian Pulido crowdfunds a lot of his books, his own creations. He created a Lady Death, and I saw like when number 1 came out, I picked it up. I just happened to be in my shop like one evening, and I was like, well, I'll grab it when I come back Wednesday. When I came back Wednesday, every copy they had was gone. So I saw number 2 today, and I grabbed it. But Lady Death is badass. But he always does really well when he does his crowdfunding comics. He was you know, kind of the first one bringing in $250,000 on his Indiegogos or Kickstarters, whatever he uses. And you know, we've seen since then Ethan Van Sciver and Richard Meyer, John Malin with Jawbreakers, and Cyberfrog that I think together they've brought in over $500,000. And if you saw my video last week, I talked about getting this book, 2021 Lost Children. And this week, the second issue came out, and I'm glad my shop just set me up to to get the whole series. They're not really buying it for the shop, but I really like the art and what I had read about the story. They said it's like Escape from New York meets X-Men, and these are like magazines. Like, they're, you know, thick and good quality, much better covers and stuff than Marvel. None of the ink is, you know, I'm not leaving thumbprints on the cover. None of the ink is coming off my fingers. If Titan Comics, you know, can do that, why can't Marvel? It gets on my damn nerves. But yeah, I haven't read the damn thing yet, so I'm definitely gonna put this one on my to read this week. I'm gonna check them both out and let you know what I think about that. And from Marvel, I guess since we were speaking of the devil, this was an older issue from the last time this came out. Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur 31. I really started picking it up around issue 28 when they started that new character that's supposed to be like more powerful than Galactus. I had it sitting right here. Where did I put it? Omnipotidus or Omnipotidus. I can't pronounce that damn word. You know what I mean? I've not heard it officially said, but yeah, that was the issue. So then this week they had number 32 came out. Save Our School Part 1, introducing Princess Fisk, Kingpin's new daughter. So a lot of times Marvel will sneak in new characters and Moon Girl, and not a lot of people pick it up. It has a small print or number, you know. I think they only print like 75,000, 100,000 of these, you know. Could be completely wrong on that, but I know it was a low number. But like that book with Omnipotidus, it just kept climbing and kept climbing. It's up to, you know, like $30 now or so. So I grabbed 2 of those just in case it was like take off stupidly. Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and the Human Torch, number 7. Heard something this could have some new character. They said it was going to be, they were going to be teaming up to fight the Spider, and when I flipped through it, I saw this like they're yelling Spider, Spider, and this guy's got like half of Captain America and half of Superman's costume. Then I saw like it looked like half Iron Man, half Doctor Strange earlier in the book, and so I don't have any clue what's going on. I'm gonna get caught up on this series too, but it has been one of the better Marvel titles. And Amazing Spider-Man, Wakanda Forever. I don't know why, but this exists, and I don't know why, but it's on my table. I don't know. I figured, hell, maybe I'd get a good cringe read. Look at that. That's some crazy art there. But supposedly Dora Milaje and Spider-Man are teaming up, so we'll see how that goes. I grabbed Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man Coming Home Part 1. It's number 306. Thought that cover is pretty cool. Pretty cool cover. This book's been better than Amazing. You know, a lot of people like issue 800 and 801, like Dan Slott's Goodbye. And it was pretty good, you know, farewell to Spider-Man. I'm interested in this book. Century number 1 came out today. Jeff Lemire, and a guy at the shop was talking to me, and this Kim Jacinto art. Check this art out. He was telling me another artist too. I don't remember who he was saying. That art looks pretty badass, and Lemire's been writing some good stories as of late, so it's got potential. I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm gonna check that shit out. That art is pretty badass, especially for recent Marvel. Yeah, we'll take it all day. Thor number 2, Jason Aaron came out this week. Like I said, I like #1 pretty good, so hopefully he keeps it up. This is the book I'm going to read probably first as soon as I'm done with this, and I've just loved the first 2 issues of this so far. Venom #3 came out today, so if you haven't grabbed any of this new Venom, you should jump on board, really, because it is pretty badass. And Spider-Man's supposed to join Venom and fighting like this huge symbiote dragon. But I kind of flipped through it earlier and I was like, oh shit. And looks like Miles Morales shows up. But I guess him and, Venom fight. But then I saw, like, toward the end, spoiler, I don't know what I'm going to exactly show here, but what I saw earlier, I was like, holy shit, who is this dude? Yeah, this guy is like, looks like part of the symbiote. And there's a whole thing where, like, there was some ancient language and he was saying something and they finally figured out, he said, God is coming. So maybe that's who they were referring to. But he had, like, Spider-Man by the head and was like, is this yours or something? And like, yeah, this book here, jump on that Venom series from Donny Cates and Ron Stegman. It is badass. Like, from Marvel, good job. Like, keep that shit up. That's what we want. And I don't know why I grabbed this, but I did. Damn it. I saw like they were only limited to like 1 copy of a lot of places online even. So I grabbed this variant. It's it's number 31, but it's 50. It's the 50th issue in the legacy numbering, so it's the 50th issue of Miss Marvel. And I've never really bought any of this shit. And I've heard a lot of people, talk about how awful of a character this is. Marvel likes to claim it's our first Muslim superhero, but back in the 90s, Ethan Van Sciver and what's his damn name? Like Grant Morrison, X-Men. There was a Muslim superhero back then in their series. Dust, I think was the name. But anyway, they want to, virtue signal about this Muslim females, and it's like Diversity in Comics saying like she's supposed to be Pakistani, but they draw her like unlike any Pakistani's ever seen. She's just kind of an off shade, like they're just scared to commit to the bit. But this is apparently it's one of these where they get like tons of different creators to just add little stories here and there, I'm guessing, which is probably gonna suck. But it's got Saladin Ahmed, G. Willow Wilson, oh, there's Valerio Shitty, artist. But yeah, I don't know why I wasted my money on that shit, but hope maybe I can get a cringe video out of it. Grab Deadpool Assassin #2. I haven't read the first one yet, but from everyone that I've heard said that this was better than the Scotty Young Deadpool they just started. They said this one was actually good, so it looks gory, and I think Bagley's on the art, so that that's awesome. So I'm gonna pick this run up of any of them. True Believers, Ant-Man presents Iron Man and the Ghost in the Machine, which is, I think the Ghost is the new character or the new villain from the new Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Where's the original? Iron Man 219. I've been trying to pick this up off eBay lately. It's been going up lately because of that. The Ghost character is going to be in that new Ant-Man movie, but for $1, hell yeah. And Ant-Man and Hawkeye, the classic, Ant-Man's riding Hawkeye's arrow, like you saw in Civil War, the film. There it is, Avengers 223, the original cover. Like I said, for $1, I'll grab these every week, whatever ones they drop. I didn't see any at my shop last week, which irked me because I really wanted them. I think they were old Ant-Man stories, but what can you do? And lastly, from DC, Prelude to the Wedding, Batman, Harley Quinn versus Joker. I've not heard that these are, this whole series has been kind of a So this one's actually been really good. And this is probably the second book I read, Man of Steel. This is number 5 of 6. It's really getting up into the big fight now, I guess, between Rogol, Zar, and Superman. And Supergirl is helping him out. So can't wait to read this. Silencer number 6. Been loving the Silencer. I like this. This is the only book I've seen that's had a dressing like this. I like it, especially for an A cover. Like, you know, B covers have been more streamlined. I've been grabbing all these, but they didn't offer that on this one, so hopefully the A's will start going to that, and then, you know, leave your B's like that. Kind of more of a virgin look. Badass, DC. Keep that shit up. But Silencer, guys, pick that up. Like, I seen where it sells. It's not doing all that great, but God Almighty, it is a good comic book. And they're on issue 6. If you can pick those up, pick them up. Dan Abnett is writing it. Well, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps 47. This was supposed to be Ethan Van Sciver's last book at DC, but he's like, guys, I just can't do it. Let me out of my contract, and they let him out. So it looks like they've got a number of different artists on there, so I'm sure that they just like, damn it, Ethan. And had to break up the work. But this has been a good story. I think it's going to end at 50, and they're going to go do something else, so we'll see. Flash 49, Francesco Mattina cover. I had to grab that. It's definitely one of the first books I went for before everybody nabbed them. I was going to grab another one, and when I went back, they were all gone. Detective Comics 983. This is the first issue with Brian Hill. This was the one I was waiting on. So from here on out, I'm going to be picking up Detective Comics, which you know, if you see my videos, I really haven't been picking it up. But Brian Hill is really good with the fans online. You know, even when like people try to bait him into shit, like the other creators and stuff, like that new, my God, like Rob Sheridan. He's one of the new writers that's for that. God, what is it, Alan? You brain farting bastard. Oh shit. Vertigo. Yeah, the new Vertigo books. Duh. Yeah, they just seem like they're going to be a bunch of trash. I'm kind of interested in the new Sandman series, see what they do with that. But Sheridan and Brian Hill's got a book. His was the only one that looked worth looking at. Zoe Quinn's got a book. Like, just a bunch of trash. Like, what are you doing, DC? They're just trying to, you know, get that phantom far left ideologue audience that doesn't buy comics, whatever. But Brian Hill's good with the fans, you know. Even while Sheridan and everyone calls you know, racist and sexist and don't buy his book and all this other bullshit, Brian Hill is really good with the fans. So I'll support him all day long. The Terrifics number 5. This is kind of DC's kind of like Fantastic Four book, but it's a good fun team up book. They're on issue 5 already, so pick them shits up. Any of the new Age of Heroes I can recommend, except maybe Brimstone. I just don't like the writer, Justin Jordan. He's one of those that could be grouped in with the Vertigo people. Anyway, Wonder Woman 49. They've had a ton of these what is it, like the Dark Gods storyline lately, and I think it's going to culminate in issue 50. Could be wrong, but there's been new characters they've been dropping left and right in these issues. From what I just saw from Jim's Comics, these guys, if you look for, like, you know, just like books here and there to pick up that might, you know, just speculate books here and there, you know, might make you a couple bucks, grab another one or whatever. His is a good channel to watch to get informed on new characters that might be dropping this week, what books to look out for. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. Teen Titans Special number 1. This is from the events of No Justice, which I've been reading all that stuff, which sucks because the last one was the Titans Special, and my shop for some reason didn't get any of them, so they've just kind of stopped me in my tracks on the whole No Justice Justice League. I read Justice League number 2 from last week anyway, but I've still got to read that Titan Special just to get the whole story. I'm OCD like that. But I found some YouTube channel that just is silent and seems to go over every page kind of slow, so you could just pause it and read the whole comic, and they had Titan Special #1. So that's probably what I'm going to do, just read that so I can, you know, be caught up and keep reading it. And the last book this week is, this pissed me off, but Batgirl #24, Josh Middleton cover. For some reason, like, I went in my shop, they had one of the other cover, the A cover, and I was like, hey, you have any of the B covers on the Batgirl? And he's like, no, they're all, you know, already spoken for in people's pulls or whatever. And I was like, shit. And I looked on Midtown on my phone, they were all gone from there. And then on, I called this other shop that's like 4 miles away from my LCS, and he said, I've got one left on the wall. And I was thinking, on the wall, that's like where he puts his expensive books. And well, I asked him, could he hold it for me and give me 10 minutes? And he was kind of like, well, I was like, dude, I'll just haul ass there, whatever. And I hung up. I hauled ass over there, and it was on the wall, and it was marked up. And I was like, this dropped today. It's a regular price variant, and you've already jacked the price up. Like, you could have told me that on the phone, you know. So I had to pay more than $3.99, which pissed me off. But when I looked on eBay, like, I got out cheaper from what they were all going on eBay. So I was like, what the hell? So apparently this book is hot and taken off. I know, like, a lot of people like Middleton's work, but I think it's alright, but it ain't all that shit. But I grabbed it just because, you know, what I saw on eBay. I was like, shit, wow. But anyway, that's all for me this week, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. If you would, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified on my videos and all that good shit. And leave me a comment. Tell me you hate me. You want to kick my ass. Something like that. I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out. I'm out. Later.